guys, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Tess. Today's video is going to be my 2020 eyeshadow palette collection and a little bit of a declutter. So yeah, I've been collecting makeup for the past 3-4 years. I think 20 something eyeshadow palettes is pretty good size to have. I really do love my collection. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm proud to share with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and let's get on with the video. So first, runner up, we got ourselves some Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. I only have 3. Comparing to the speed of Colourpop releasing palettes, I only have 3 from them. I do build my own palette at one point. This is my Colourpop BYOP that I built. I do enjoy it, and I'm gonna keep this one for sure. But these 3 eyeshadow palettes, let's just go through it. This is the Good Sports palette. This is a good perfect fall palette, but I just don't reach for it, and I kind of just didn't even use these 2 shades in the palette. So yeah, I think I'm going to just let it go. And next is the Dream Street palette. I do enjoy this palette a lot. I use it on my client, use it on myself. I love the looks that I come up with, soft glam type of vibe. This is a perfect brow bone shimmer, really pretty. Enjoyed this palette. I'm gonna keep it. And the next palette is the Bye Bye Birdie palette. I bought it on sale. Again, I have not used it a ton like I thought I would use it. So yeah, this is a lesson learned. I think since last year I have not bought anything from Colourpop. This is the last palette that I bought, so I'm low-key proud of myself, patting myself on the back. I honestly really love how they do like the Super Shock in the palette. That's pretty genius. I love the formula of Super Shock shadows. So yeah, I'm going to keep this palette, and I need to find ways to get more use out of this palette. Next, let's talk about some Beauty Bay palettes. I only have 2 palettes. One is the pastel, and the other one is another favorite of the year. This is the Me, Myself, and Mimi Mitchell palette. This has since been discontinued, but I love this palette so much. When I look at it, I just want to create, especially this section here. I love this palette. If you can still get your hands on it, I think it is worth the money. And yeah, the shades are just so nice, rich, pigmented. Such a good palette. Then it's the pastel palette. I actually do like this light and airy type of a palette. It's all matte pastels, and yeah, I think these colors are so fun. And granted, the formula is not the best of the best, because I mean the price point is really affordable. In my collection, I don't really have anything super pastel-y, so this is a nice addition to my collection. I like the idea of it. I think it works. You just gotta work with it, use your glitter glue, and you should be fine. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping this one. I haven't got around to play with it just yet. More looks to come soon. So we have the Simple Beauty, the Painter's palette. I have a couple of videos. I'm gonna link them down below, and yeah, I don't mind this palette at all. I quite enjoyed it. Besides, there are 2 shades that gets a little kind of patchy. This Ibiza shade and Every Cloud, but the rest of the shades are fine. And one thing I do like about this palette is the ability to make a new shade. Let's say if you want to create like an olive green shade, you can certainly do that, and then it translates to your eyes. You can actually put this on your eyes. You know, a lot of the palettes won't let you do that. So that's one thing to know about this palette, is the ability to mix and match. Alright, next up we have 3 BH Cosmetics eyeshadows. I decluttered them all, but I decided to keep the Desert Oasis. I use it quite a lot actually. This might have been like discontinued, I'm not sure, but I think BH just has a really good, affordable, quality eyeshadows. If you're a beginner to makeup, I highly recommend getting some of their palettes. And I have the Smoke Glim Reflection palette. I really enjoy this color story. It's something different from my collection. I don't really have something like this in my collection, so I think I'm gonna just like keep it around, see if I can create more looks out of this palette before I declutter it. And the last palette is the Colourpop Deluxe Edition. I don't really like the highlighters because they're so similar to one another. These two are really identical. You don't really need these two either. Very, very close to. One is a little deeper, but the tones are similar. I don't really use their highlighter, but I like the eyeshadows here for like a wedding makeup or like a soft daily type of a light glam. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this palette too. Next up, we have the Carmi Make Magic Makeup Revolution. I think this palette is alright while it lasts. I think there's some hard pans here and there. If you want to compare Makeup Revolution to BH Cosmetics, I think BH has a better solid formula for their eyeshadows, and I feel like Makeup Revolution, you're not sure how long it's gonna last you. I think I bought it like last year. It already started to lose its pigment. There's very lackluster now. It's not as pigmented as it used to be, and then it got like quite a bit of like hard pan on some of the eyeshadows, so I think it's time for me to say goodbye to this. Next up, let's talk about the Huda Beauty Nude Light Palette. Originally I bought it because I thought I could travel with it, but after I broke it once, it kind of just started to crumble, and there's no return on that. I'm okay with her eyeshadow. I'm not like super obsessed. I have not been interested in anything she released, so I might say goodbye to this. I think the mattes are fine. The shimmers are really pretty, but they're so crumbly though. The lavender is stunning, but it's so crumbly. I might just declutter this. Yeah, I think I'm going to declutter it. Next we have the eye-catching nude palette from Bourjois. I mainly keep this palette because of this shade. Is just a beautiful brow color for me. I like this shade for my brows. Other than that, I don't really use it like that anymore. So yeah, if it's not for this color, I might throw it away. It is what it is for now. I guess I'll keep it just for this shade. Let's talk about some palettes that are from Asia. This is a Korean brand, A2 House. Palette is actually sent to me though. I enjoy the quality of this eyeshadow palette. I like the fact that you can go deeper, so that's always my thing. It's fine for like an everyday type of a moment. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Next we have HEME Cosmetics. This is a brand from Taiwan, and yeah, I actually like their eyeshadows. Surprisingly, I do enjoy their eyeshadow. This shade gets a little, these two shades gets a little patchy, but it's nothing that you can work with. I might keep this palette a little longer, just so if I buy another palette from them, I can have something to compare to. I'm keeping it for like creating content purpose. You can create quite a bit of different variety of looks. I'm gonna link the video I did on this palette down below, so yeah. All right, next brand that I have is a brand from China. This is called BNK. The packaging is nothing to truly write home about, but yeah, I like their shimmer eyeshadows. Their mattes are okay, it works, but I think I'm just gonna declutter this because I don't really use it that much. This palette is also sent to me. I do enjoy it when I use it, but I don't reach for it, so I'm gonna say goodbye to this palette. Alright, this next palette is from Fresh 02, which is also the brand from Taiwan. This palette is a collaboration from Tiffany, another YouTube creator. I did want to buy it to support her. I don't really reach for it on a daily basis. I probably should get back to using it more. These shadows are like soft and pretty. There's not enough depth for me though, so yeah, I just don't reach for it that often, but I'm just gonna keep it for future content creation purpose. Now let's move on to some of the higher end palettes that I have. I don't have a lot of like high-end palettes besides McGrath. I do have this one from Natasha Denona, her gold palettes. I heard a lot of great things about this palette. I feel like after I used Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow, I kind of feel like, yeah, Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula is a lot better than the Charlotte Tilbury, consider the price that you pay for her formula is just insane. In comparison, Tasha Denona is slightly more affordable in comparison to Charlotte Tilbury. Consider how much you're getting, and the quality is very average. I did this little review yesterday. I'm gonna link the video down below as well, so I'm not gonna talk anymore about this eyeshadow. It is what it is. The Natasha Denona quality is just, I mean, so much better in comparison to Charlotte Tilbury. Like, I do enjoy like the depth that it can go, and also the shimmery shades are really pretty, and it's something like kind of unique. And yeah, still shows up really well. This will be a palette to keep. I originally bought it to review, but I still bring it to do my clients' makeup from time to time. So yeah, I do like this palette, but it is very overpriced. I don't reach for it enough for me to justify the price for like $125. So that's what I'm gonna say about this palette. Let's talk about the Dose of Color Desi and Katie. I really like this palette's packaging, stunning, and I think the color story is just really pretty, very useful. You got some really pretty, like Just a Kiss. This shade is really pretty. I do wish I used this palette enough. I don't know why I don't reach for it as much as I thought I would. Got this for like, what, 50% off. So yeah, that's not a bad price point for the quality that you get, and some really unique shades. So yeah, the shimmers are definitely so beautiful. Yeah, I need to get back to using this palette more. I do use this palette also on my clients quite often, but I just don't use it on myself that much. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this palette. I enjoy this a lot. All right, let's move into my McGrath collection. I don't have a lot from McGrath. These 4 are the only ones that I have so far. I do plan on building on my McGrath collection for sure, you bet. I love McGrath eyeshadow. Her concealers, lip liners are killer. And yeah, these are the 4 eyeshadow palettes that I have. I have her ritualistic rose, which look like this. This gold is probably one of my favorite gold though. This is just like so pretty. I have not get to use this shade on my eyelid yet. I need to start use it more, but look at how pigmented they are. Pigmented, smooth, worth the money for sure. Oh, this gold gets me every time. I love it. This pink is really pretty too. I just love McGrath eyeshadow quality, and for the price that you pay, you do feel like it is justified because the formula is amazing. You know, this is the ritualistic rose. Then we have this little subversive eyeshadow mini palette. I absolutely love this palette as well. I mean, the shimmers are just still going strong, performing just beautiful. Still really pretty. I haven't got to use the red and the purple that often though, but the rest I do dig into. So yeah, this is a cute little addition to my collection. And then we're gonna talk about the start of my McGrath obsession is the Subversive Mothership 3. This one is gifted from my friend, and I just like am obsessed ever since. I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette, especially these 4 shades. I haven't get to use it that often recently. I need to get back to it, but yeah, if you enjoy these tones, I would say there's no denying that the quality is just there. Even after a couple of years, 2-3 years, yeah, the pigment is still nice and absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the cult favorite Mothership 5. I actually really love this palette as well. I mean, these 4 shades are just divine. And then there's the shimmer, this gold leaf type of a shimmer, or if you want like a veil of like satin shades, it's there. I just really love there's a lot of different formulas that you play with. You have the really glittery formula, the bake formula, like the little satin shimmer shades, and like the more glittery shimmer, and something like lighter for your brow bone. You pretty much got them all. I really do enjoy this palette very much as well. I feel like this is a good intro to McGrath Mothership. If you are interested in any of her big Mothership palettes. Number 5 is the way to go. Finally is these two palettes. I definitely do love Tati's palette and I still reach for it constantly. I do have it on my channel constantly. I do reach for it a lot. I use it on my client or I use it on myself, and yeah, I love this palette. I have really nothing bad to say about it besides these two rows are just not something that I reach for regularly, but I love her cream white, and the black is like the best black ever. I just love this palette and I enjoy every minute when I use it. Don't agree with her and whatever she did. Do not agree with how she handled things, but anywho, this is a good palette. I'm gonna leave it at that. We got this most problematic palette, problematic launch. They broke the internet or something, make millions. Back to the color story, I just think it is really alright. This kind of threw me off. In these pinky shades, I don't really use it, so it's an okay palette. I don't know if this quality is the representation of Jeffree Star's eyeshadow formula. I just don't know if I love his formula. I'm okay with it. I mean, the only shades I think is quite special is this green shade, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest are just very average. Pretty much all I can say about this palette. I mean, I'm not gonna support a brand. You do what you like. You don't have to listen to anyone else but your heart. If you don't want to support a brand, you don't have to. Alrighty guys, we have cluttered these 5 palettes from my collection. So my number has gone down to 20 palettes. This is actually my first time doing a palette collection in Declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please do comment down below and chat with me. I do reply to comments. I love interacting with you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.